We've looked at Microsoft Agent Framework, and now we have two agents communicating with each other using workflows. Good stuff. But wait, that's only two agents. What if we have multiple agents, like 10 or 20 or even more? How do we route to different agents? Well, let's find out. Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Kirk, and today we're going to look at agent orchestration using workflows in Microsoft Agent Framework. Now, this video is a part of a series of videos that will help you build agents using Microsoft Agent Framework. We have more videos on the way, so if I were you, I would subscribe so you don't miss out. Or maybe you just need to refresh. You should just go to the channel and take a look and learn. Now, with that said, we've already covered the basics of workflows in Microsoft Agent Framework, so let's just jump right into it. We are back. If you remember, in our previous tutorial, we started looking at workflows with Microsoft Agent Framework. Now, this example that we built, pretty straightforward, just has two agents to demonstrate workflow. We have an agent that would grab the city info and the weather based on where you are, and then pass that to a tourist recommendations agent. Pretty small, pretty straightforward, but you get the idea of how to use workflows and how to pass information from agent to agent and how agents can use LLMs. Let's do something a bit more interesting now. Let's look at having multiple agents and doing some orchestration. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy the agents and workflows file. Let's rename this. For the first example, let's call this conditionals. Okay, now let's build another agent here. We're going to build an agent that is going to go to our reg. So we've done this before in our agent with tools. So I'm just going to copy some code here. This is pretty much just from the reg with tools. Okay, so this is just some basic information about the reg. And what I'm going to do, we actually need some imports here as well. Okay, there are imports. Now let's build another tool that will go to our reg. So what this is going to do, so we have built a tool here called Get Restaurants. So in our reg, Azure AI Search, I created a PDF, and I have this one PDF in the Azure AI Search instances saying top restaurants in New York. And we can keep on adding for other cities. We've done demos with this before. If you go back to the very first tutorial using Microsoft Agent Framework, the reg tool, you can see how to build that. So I'm not going to go over that. But we have this PDF in that database. And pretty much what we're going to do, this tool, is we're going to pass in a city name and then try to search for restaurants. So pretty straightforward. Okay, now let's go down here. So we defined our two agents already, and let's create another agent here. Okay, here is our agent. I'm calling this Restaurants Recommendations Agent. And we're going to build it the exact same way, but now we're passing in that tool, Get Restaurants, which again goes to our reg database to allow you to get restaurants. So I'm demonstrating it here because I want to make sure that the tourist recommendations agent does a search against the LLM, but the restaurants recommendations only looks at the reg. And our prompt here, you are the system provides restaurant recommendations based on the city. The JSON input, remember, we're still going to have coming from the city info. So this city info is going to has this pedantic model that'll have the name and the weather. We're just going to be using the name. and it's going to only provide restaurants from the reg. And if you can't find anything, just say no recommendations. Okay, got that? Now what we need to do is we need to define a conditional function to determine routing decisions. So I'm going to copy in this code here and explain it. This here is our function called getCondition. And what this is going to do, well, we're going to have some guards here first, because remember what comes in from our city info. So I'll outline this when we actually build our workflow. But we're going to have our city info, which has city and info inside our agent executor response. So we're using Predicate here to validate based on the text there that's coming in, and we're going to grab the city info. Of course, if there's there, then we're going to just return false here. And I'm doing something very straightforward. I'm just saying if it's sunny, then this condition that we're going to do, if it is equal to, if we pass in true here, then yes, it's sunny. If not, then it's going to be false. So pretty straightforward. But this is the logic we're going to do in the workflow, which I will show you next. Okay, here was our previous workflow that we defined and we built. Again, we started city info and then just went to tourist recommendations. Very straightforward. Now I'm going to copy and paste this code here, and things look similar, except for now, well, we're starting at city info agent at the start. Nothing changed there. And now we have two edge cases here, conditional edges. And here what we're saying is if condition is equal to true, which means if it's sunny, then we're going to go to tourist recommendations agent. And if it's not sunny, we're going to go to the restaurant recommendations agent. Okay, so it kind of makes sense, but pretty much what I'm saying is if it's sunny, we're going to do something outdoorsy. If it's not sunny, we're just going to go to a restaurant. Let me just change this to 2. And let's just change this to, because I have restaurants only for New York right now. You're at the, where's a good place in New York? Empire State Building. There. So this is all we've done. And let me just comment this part out here. We don't need to look at the state right now. Let's just see what goes on. And if everything goes according to plan, then this should work. But I'm not sure if it does, but let's give it a try. Oh yeah, so we need to bring in some other stuff here. Agent executor response. Maybe we need something else. Okay, here we go. So we are in New York and it's sunny. So because it's sunny, we're just going to go to the tourist recommendations. So nothing changed there. But let's say we are now in New York and the weather agent here is going to say it is snowy with a high. And of course, I'm Canadian. Let's make this 34 Fahrenheit because, you know, in the States, Fahrenheit. Let's do that. Now let's see what happens. And now the logic is going to our restaurant recommendations. What? Oh, I forgot a bit more code here. I need to initialize our search index manager. We saw that error there. So at the very start, I need to do this. This isn't anything about workflows, but, and then at the end, let's close our connections. Do I have a finally here? Yes. Okay, so we saw the error here. You can do the search. Let's try this again. And here we go. So we're in New York. The weather is snowy, and now it's telling you to go to a restaurant. And the restaurant is Sema South Indian. Do I have my list here? Oh, there it is. It's the first one in the list. South Indian. Let's see if I run this again, if it gives me a different one. So I'm not sure how deterministic this is. Same restaurant. The wording is a little different here. Yes. Yeah, so the wording is a little different. Same restaurant though. But you get the idea. We just did some conditional logic using conditional edges. And yeah, actually I didn't show you the architecture diagram. So I'm now putting it here. And here it is here. City info, we're either going to tourist recommendations or restaurant recommendations. Okay, this is good. But now, what if we have more agents? And conditional, it's all right, but let's look at kind of something similar to what we do in programming, switch statements. So let's look at that next. Okay, so next we're going to look at switch statements. And I'm just going to copy the conditionals file again and rename this to, just call it switch. Okay, and actually what I'm going to do here is I'm going to have a bit more in the city info. We're also just going to have country here. Let me just type that. Country, STR, it could be none. Okay, so this is just gives us a bit more logic to play with in our switch statement. Okay, let's define another agent here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to call this the hockey agent. As some of you know, I'm based in Canada. And what this is going to do is, based on the city you're in, it's going to give you information about the hockey team and where they play. So think about this. We can just recommend you to go watch hockey instead of doing other things, because in Canada, that is a must. Okay, so that's all. Okay, so the last time we had this condition function to do our condition logic, we do not need this anymore. But now what we need to do is we're going to create a condition factory that will generate predicates based on the country you're in. So let me just copy the code here that I've created all this I created this before, and all this code here will be in the GitHub repo. So you can go there, take a look at it, play with it, go ahead and have some fun. Okay, so here is our predicate. And what this is doing is it's allowing you to pass in a country, and then there's a condition function here inside that, well, first we have some guardrails here. So make sure, I didn't explain this last time, but we need to have guardrails here. We know what this is going to do. It's going to come in from our city info, which has this first message being the agent executor response. And then inside there, we're going to have our city info. So we'll be able to validate it using pedantic here and parse it out. And then all we have to do, if it is a city info object, then we can go to the country and just compare it. And that's it. So pretty straightforward. And then we'll see this in our workflow down below. Okay, let's go down to where we defined our workflow before. And here again, this is just the conditional edges. We're going to replace this with our switch here. So this is the function, this is what we use here, add switch case edge group. And what this is saying is, well, again, we're starting from the city info agent and coming in here, and now we have multiple switch statements here. So what this is saying is, if you're in Canada, then we're going to, again, using that function delegate that we already created, we're going to go to the hockey agent because you're in Canada. And if you're in the United States, we're going to go recommend you to a restaurant. And then from all other places, we're just going to give you a generic tourist recommendation. I just left this code here so you can compare it to what we had before, but I'll just take this out. And let's just create this here. And let's start off saying that we are actually in Montreal Park, which is in Montreal. So Montreal is another city in Canada, in Quebec. Very beautiful place. If you get the chance to go there, you should go. Okay, so let's run this again. Let's clear this out. I think I might need to import some stuff here. Let's go. Yes, so, oh yes, so I need the case. Let's import. I knew I needed to do some stuff here. Here I need case and default, importing from our agent framework. Let's try this again. So again, we are in Montreal and snowy with a high of 34 degrees, and we are in Canada. And now it's giving us hockey recommendations and saying that the closest professional hockey team to Montreal Park in Montreal is the Montreal Canadiens, of course. And gives you a little bit of info and says they play in the Bell Center downtown because was part of the prompt here. So there we go. We orchestrated that. Let's test this and let's add, let's say we are back in New York. So you are at the Empire State Building. And again, if you don't know what's going on here, look at the previous tutorial on workflows and you'll see how this first agent works to get the info for the city info. And again, I added that country here. Yes, the country here is coming back as Canada. We just added that just by adding to the pedantic model, which is pretty nice. Let's run this again, clear it. And since now we are in the United States, it is giving us a restaurant recommendation. And remember, here's our workflow that we're doing now. And we have 3 agents that it is orchestrating between. Pretty cool. Now let's just do one more test. Let's say you're at the Eiffel Tower. Eiffel Tower. Did I spell it right? I do not know. But let's run this. And the first agent, city info, Paris. We have weather, and in France. And because we're not in Canada, and what else is our logic doing in the workflow? Oh yeah, United States and Canada. It's picking the default and just giving us a generic tourist recommendation, which is what this is doing. Again, we're just taking all the events that are coming out, the streaming events, and outputting it. So I have a lot of other tutorials on this stuff as well. You might want to go back and look at those. And it's just telling you to go to the Louvre, which makes sense. Let's see if I run this again. Does it give me something else? Yeah, it's still saying the Louvre Museum, but in different wording. And that's it. So we just took a look at conditionals and switches. And we're doing some orchestration now, which is great. That's it for today's tutorial on Microsoft Agent Framework and Agent Orchestration using workflows. Now, we still have more to cover. So gang, if you're not subscribed, go subscribe. And until then, I will see you next time.